Well, well, well. Fancy seeing you here. Is it that time? I think it's that time. From coast to coast. From sea to shining sea. It's 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So you know what time it is. Go ahead and Spartan kick that like button. Because we're live, baby. We're live. And I'm excited to be back. I am. Happy freaking Wednesday, everybody. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, but no matter what, we're still here. We're going to talk some knives. We're going to talk some pocket checks. We're going to talk some progress on the testing of the Spyderco mule team in Magnamax. And whether or not you like Spyderco knives is irrelevant, because they are, in fact, one of the first companies to come out with a knife in the new steel Magnamax. Yes, I know Creeley Blades does that, but not a lot of people know who Creeley Blades is. Everybody knows who Spyderco is, I think. Maybe just in my own little world. I'm not entirely sure. Guys, it's been a week since the last time I went live, and what a week it has been. Have I come out with anything new? I mean, not really. I'm behind. Listen, a lot of stuff has happened in my personal life. Made it really hard for me to hop on this weekend, so I wasn't able to. But more content is on the way. Got some stuff in the works as we speak. Rolls, what were you carrying today? Easy. Just put a fresh edge on this bad boy. I told you guys I was going to do it, and you know what? I put it on the TS Prof Cadet Pro. TS Prof Cadet Pro, and I went 17 degrees per side. And you know what? The edge and blade geometry is so freaking thin, you can't even tell. It kind of still looks like the factory edge bevel. It's not 17 degrees per side. It's possible that is, in fact, the factory edge bevel. Laser sharp, like a shark with a freaking laser beam attached to its forehead. It's ridiculous. It is easily the most slicey knife that I have, and I've got some really slicey knives. Been loving carrying this guy lately. Is it still overpriced? Yes. I'll fight that battle I'll die on that hill. The Oz Roosevelt is overpriced. I've got a lot to say about that. If you haven't watched my video on it, go watch it. Does that keep me from liking the knife? No. I really like it. I think it's an excellent carry. I just happen to think that it's overpriced. Other knife that I carried, a knife that's been getting more pocket time recently, is this guy. This is the Axial Alpine V2 in titanium and MagnaCut. Now, this one, I also just put a fresh edge on, and I put an edge on it because it's going to be going head-to-head in a cut test against the mule team in Magnamax. MagnaCut versus Magnamax. I don't have a MagnaCut mule team. I don't. So, this is about as close as it gets. And they're both pretty thin behind the edge. They're both fixed blades. Axial does whether they do their heat treat in-house or not, they do a good job on their heat treat. So they're going to go head-to-head. 16.5 degree edge bevel on this guy. Why? Because I thought it was 17, and then I turned the TS Prof around, and I looked at the angle finder, and it said 16.5. Oops. This is ridiculous. This is slicing. This is absolutely slicing paper towels right now. Now, before I did that, one of the things that I have done, because I'm working on that episode, is I was recording some cut tests with the factory edge. Factory edge on these, people have measured them coming in somewhere around 18 to 19 degrees on the edge bevel per side, for those who care. Some people don't care. And in my infinite wisdom, I collected a mountain of cardboard, waited until my wife was out of town, and then proceeded to do a cut test. And I thought I had enough cardboard. Long story short, I did not have enough cardboard. I ran out of cardboard after 1,177 feet of cutting through cardboard. That's what I recorded. I took hand notes. in my own childish handwriting. I've got the sheets right here. 11, like I thought I had enough to do a comparison. I was silly. I didn't even have enough to find out how many feet of cardboard this knife could go through. And here's the thing, after 1,177 or 1,177 feet of cardboard, I ran out of cardboard, and it was still cutting cardboard. It wasn't shaving sharp, but it was also still slicing paper. And I said, you know what? Like, I'm out of cardboard, so it's not like I can do a regular comparison anyways. What's a good test metric? Do I need something that's a little more abrasive than cardboard? You know, like maybe Cedric and Ada's rope cut test actually makes sense now, because if he were to do cardboard, the man would never have enough cardboard. There's not enough Amazon orders in this world to satisfy Magnamax. 1,177 feet. And here's the thing, like I looked at other cut tests using cardboard and everyone's like, count the cuts. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. You know, testing is all about controlling the variables. Like, what kind of cardboard is it? What's it made out of? How deep is the cut? Is it consistent in each panel that you do? And I began to think about it. I was like, you know what? The way that makes the most sense is to measure the depth of the cardboard that you're cutting through. So what I did was I had cut and measured different cardboard panels. And so I would count the cuts relative to the width of the cardboard, and I just multiply the cuts by the width of the cardboard because I was doing straight cuts through. And that's how I figured out how many feet of cardboard I was cutting through. So I'd take a panel that was like 7 inches wide, for example, and I'd make cuts width-wise. Like, oh, you know, seven cuts, I did 3 cuts. You know, 3 cuts, 7 inches width wide, you know, that's 21 inches of material, right? 12 inches in a foot. You know, so on and so forth. And that's how I did my testing. And it would have been great if I had more cardboard, but I didn't. That's what's exciting. That's what's new, guys. Just been working on some testing. I know some people are like, Rollshambo only reads off data sheets. I do this for fun. The amount of content that I've stayed up late and woken up early for, the amount of time that I've spent, the only time that I have in my busy life, I don't really feel like I have anything left to prove to anybody. Like, my channel has seen more success than most channels that start in this niche. The only person I have anything left to prove is to myself. So to all the haters out there, they're like, Rollshambo only reads off data sheets. Go pound sand? I don't know. Or just watch and enjoy the content for what it is. With all that being said, my monologue is over. We're going to go ahead and start saying hi to the nice people in chat. What's up, Henry G? Welcome into Marco. We got Night Rare in the house. What's up, Night? Channel Mod, Vavelski, Aaron D2. Welcome into Ed B. What's good, Ed? Good to see you, man. Welcome into another Channel Mod. Ian Coates. Spartan Kicks for the Channel Mods. What's up? What's up, you filthy animals? What's up, David V? Welcome into Big Jim. Welcome into Aaron D. Let's go. Let's go. Damn it. The chat jumps. It always jumps when I go on a rant. Hold on. Vavelski says, ready for some roll rants. Well, I just started with one. Apparently I'm predictable. Anyways, what's up? Good to see you, man. Welcome into the ponds. We've got Cat Scratch in the house. Melancholy Martial Arts. What's up, man? He says, what's your favorite fixed blade? Favorite fixed blade? Without a shadow of a doubt, it's got to be the Axial Alpine V2. And let me tell you why. First of all, I don't know if they make them with these titanium scales anymore. For the longest time, they didn't. Maybe they brought them back. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. I love it. It's not huge, but it fits in my hands. So, like, I get a full 4-finger grip. More so, the sheath for this is perfect, this Kydex sheath. I got some pull-the-dot loops on here because I like to carry this horizontal carry, like appendix carry on my belt. My shirt just falls over it. Easy to access, easy to reach. You know I'm all about that easy access. For my fixed blade, you know, how you access your fixed blade in the privacy of your own home is your business, but that's how I like it. You know, below the belt. It's got a stupidly thin factory edge bevel. This was not hard to sharpen. And it's MagnaCut, axial shot 462 Rockwell, which is the same as what Spyderco shoots for. It's been really, really good. Really, really good. Super enjoy it. Easy to carry. Even if you don't carry it on the belt, you could pop it in a pocket. Everything about this knife is just solid EDC fixed blade carry. I am not a fixed blade guy. I will carry this knife, and I love carrying this knife. It's been solid for me lately. I really like it. Ian says, intro is as laggy as a tri-state ad that's overplayed. I just want to make you happy, Ian. I try. I do my best. I pay for gigabit internet. It's not enough. Speaking of laggy, guys, it is storming here in Boise. It is storming here in Boise. I got a tree out back. Branches are falling down. I've seen lightning. If the stream cuts off, I will try to get it back on. If the stream cuts off and I don't start a new one, the power went out. You can check the weather maps. I'm not making excuses. We've got a bit of a lightning storm going on right now. So hopefully we get to go the full time, But if I randomly freeze and then the stream shuts off, I'm sorry ahead of time. It's definitely not intentional. Ian says, I'd like the Spyderco if they drop the Edgerati. Damn. Me too. But you know what? Like, I'm not the biggest skelly handle scale kind of guy. I'm interested primarily because with a name like Edgerati, it's got to be stupidly performance oriented. Okay. Like, I know Sal is not sitting back in his office chair in Golden, Colorado going like, you know what we should do? Create a knife with a really bad cutting geometry and name it Edgerati. Come on. Even the Shaman has good cutting geometry. But with a name like that, it's got to be performance oriented. It's an American made, like it's a new model. This is the important part. It's a new model for the Golden Factory. Most of the new models we've seen are like collaborations with Lion Steel or from their Taiwanese factory. Or, the same knife that we've seen for forever, just in a different steel. I've even seen those stupid, they call them sprint runs, and it's just a different colored G10 handle. Like, nobody asked for Pepto-Bismol pink, okay? Nobody. How many people? Frickin' nobody. But it's a sprint run. Get excited. I can't. Yeah, I want the Edgerati to drop. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Ed B says, anyone else out of sync? It's probably my service here. I'm surprised we're still live. Lightning storm on outside, but we're going to keep it rolling, baby. Yeah. The Pond said, had to fast forward 30 seconds after the lagging. Dang it. Ian says, roll doesn't go live and the world descends into madness. It's my fault. I'll take that. Jim Miller, what's up, Jim? Good to see you, man. Welcome in, channel mod, longtime supporter. Good to see you. Welcome in to help with gadgets. Cicero in the house. He says, we're surrounded by liquid hot magma. Interesting. Yeah. John Tagamori, what's up, man? John says, totally agree with you. The Oz Rosie is overpriced, but it's so damn good. It is, okay? I'm not saying don't get one. I'm saying don't pay inflated prices for one. That's all I'm saying. It's the demand that drives the price up, both at a retail and at a secondary level. And a lot of people love to argue with me on this point. When I say the secondary is out of hand, they're like, no, it's not. Just don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. And then you look at places like Blade Binge, they're going for over table. You look at places like eBay, you could check the sold listings, by the way, on eBay. You don't have to take my word for it. Sold listings, they're going for over table. And a good example of this is that the Oz Rosie is more popular than the Rosie XL. It is. But you know what's not selling for over table? The Rosie XL. I wouldn't mind having one either, but like their base price is like $1,150. No. I'm not a fan of artificially created lack of supply. The lack of supply is artificially created to drive up demand and prices. And the problem with that is that when you boost the demand and lower the supply, and then you have a design like this, even a really good design like this that's super simplistic, you create a hotbed for companies to create counterfeits that are nearly, if not 100%, indistinguishable. Unfortunately, there's very little about this that they can't counterfeit almost perfectly. And so then you've got a clone that people can get, excuse me, not a clone, a counterfeit that people can get that is indistinguishable, a high demand, a low supply, and a bunch of people that say, well, if you can't tell the difference, why would I spend $1,000 on this when I just want to experience it for $100? I hate it. I hate it. Like, don't give counterfeiters more ammo, because it's not just this knife. Like, they're doing it with a bunch of knives. But a knife like this could fund a bunch of those other projects and boost the counterfeit industry. And that actually hurts American companies. So, Rollshambo, how do you fix that? You boost the supply. You make it more readily available. You increase your manufacturing ability. Listen, if Jonathan McNeese can make the PM Mac 2 for $500 to $600 in the US, Oz Machine Company has no freaking excuse. Okay? They need to figure out a way to boost their supply, lower the pricing, bring more people on board, and then, yeah, is it still going to be more expensive than the clone? Sure. But you're making it more available to the masses. The demand is already there. Like, we get it. Small CNC maker. Got it. But you don't have to stay there. And you definitely don't have to enable these counterfeiters to make you easy prey. And right now, that's exactly what's happening. Make more of them. Make them less expensive. And if you don't believe that it works, look at the Spyderco Para 3. Look at the Paramilitary 2. Those knives are freaking old. And they continue to make them. And people continue to buy them. I've bought multiple this year, and I already had one. Like, if the design is good enough to speak for itself, it is an evergreen design that will continue to sell. And I think that needs to be recognized. All right. Random rant. Guys, I am behind on the times. What's up, Bob Tism? Let's go. What's up, Bless? Good to see you, man. Let's go, Aaron D2. He said, you should do a video on the real versus counterfeit. But then I'd have to freaking buy a counterfeit. And you know how, like, that really grinds my gears. I've considered this. I've considered it. I was like, you know what? I don't want to support counterfeits at all. Like, I would have a really, really, really hard time coming to terms with actually giving those rats my money. It grinds, like, thinking of counterfeits and the people that buy them. Like, when it comes to counterfeits, guys, the problem is that buying counterfeits and having them shipped to the United States is technically illegal. However, there is absolutely no one enforcing it on the consumer side. Yes, it is illegal to import counterfeit goods to the United States across seas through customs and to your door. There is, however, absolutely no enforcement. So you could call it like a victimless crime, right? Like, they're not gonna pound on your door. Like, they could pound on your door and hold you accountable, but you know, customs isn't going to do that. They're just going to, quote unquote, go after the supplier, which they can't do because the supplier's in China. And so once you realize that, you actually realize that the little guy is the problem. The little guy is the problem. You at home buying that counterfeit, you're the problem. I'm going to call it like I see it. You're the problem because you're importing these goods to the market. You're defending them and you're stealing from the American economy. It's not just that one company that has really expensive knives. But the problem is that when you have a design like this, and the price is so inflated, it doesn't matter how good the knife is. Like, this knife is so stupidly simple designed. It's an amazing design, but it's super simple. It makes it freaking easy for counterfeiters to come in and take over part of the market demand. And that's exactly what they did. Like, would there be counterfeits if You could buy this for the price of a Spyderco Para 3? Probably not. Or if there were, there wouldn't be that much of an issue there. Like, companies also clone Spyderco Para 3s. It's not that big of an issue. There's not as many people buying counterfeit Spyderco products as there is people buying counterfeit Brown knives and Oz Machine Company knives. And I say that from a place of wanting to see this knife in the hands of more people because it is such a good knife. Absolutely love carrying it. But I will not be spending $1,000 on one. I got this one on a swap. Super happy about that. Love it. I'm going to continue to carry the crap out of it. If you can get one and pay under table, do it. If you can get one on a swap, do it. Just be careful that you don't buy a counterfeit. All right. Ian says, or you do like Chris Reeve, increase the manufacturing and keep the price the same, or increase it still. Yeah, it's the same thing that Rick Hinderer did. No matter how people feel about Rick Hinderer has not increased his price in like 50 years. Okay, that's an embellishment, but Rick Hinderer did the same thing. Chris Reeve did the same thing. The Umnumzon, one of my favorite knives, $500, American precision manufacturing. Are you freaking kidding me? Phenomenal value. They still sell out. Yes, they still make counterfeits, but you know what they don't do? Like the counterfeits, you can actually still tell the difference between a real and a counterfeit Umnumzon. Just a little bit of looking around, you can see the differences pretty easily. You know, shout out to Chris Reeve, shout out to Rick Hinderer Knives for holding the line and not increasing their price with the COVID, whatever the COVID rush. Like, I want to call it like the gold rush, but it wasn't really, you know, it was COVID. Welcome into Paul Mills. Welcome into Cliff. What's up, Cliff? Roman M. What's up, Rome? He says, I wouldn't waste my money on fakes. You're a good man. I knew I liked you, Roman. Bob Tism says, lottery price is the only way for a Roosevelt. I mean, go look at eBay. They're all over eBay for inflated prices. They're all over Blade Bench for inflated prices. It's true. It is true. Oh my goodness. See Kobe with the $20 super. Are you freaking kidding me? C. Kobe's got a sad message. If you're at all connected to social media, at some point today, you probably saw the news about Charlie Kirk. Now, I have to be careful about how I talk about this because I don't want this live stream to get taken down. But essentially, it was an assault on freedom of speech and open debate. So if you know who Charlie Kirk is, whether you agree with him or not, like that was actually an atrocity. I'm not going to talk politics, guys, because that's one of my no-nos. I don't talk politics. I try my best not to talk sports, and I don't talk religion on the channel because those are the ultimate dividing factors. And I want the channel to bring people together for, you know, the one thing that we can use to get our minds off of, you know, things that happen in the world. But C. Kobe, thank you so much for the $20 super. I'm with you, brother. Prayers for Charlie Kirk's family. It's an atrocity. Bless says, hey, what's up, Bless? Good to see you. Donnie Bless in the house says, call it like you see it. I try, man. I sure as hell try. Welcome into Cliff Brott. What's up, man? Charles Wooden in the house. Brown Sugar. Ian says, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Oh, man. See, Kobe. Man, are you heading out already? Thanks for dropping by, brother. Have a good rest of your night. We'll catch you on the flip side. Paul says, Clifford the Big Red Dog, DOGGUC. All right. TC Blades, what's up, man? He says, customs want to bust the large shipments. The shipment of 500 knives or 500 Rolexes. They are letting the individual purchases through. They don't have the manpower. They don't have the manpower to enforce on the little guy. They don't. You know, if you really want to know who I have the biggest issue with, like, yes, I hold the individual consumer responsible who is literally breaking the law, importing counterfeit goods across the border. That is illegal. Whether or not you're being enforced on, that is illegal. The people that I have the biggest problem with, and I'm going to be open about this, guys, you know, generally I try not to to bring conflict in, but I'm like, it's bothered me so much, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, and we'll kill the music for this. I have a problem with channels who openly advertise counterfeit knives. If that's you, like, you need to take a look at your morals. Channels that openly say, go buy this, or I support buying counterfeits. No, that's not cool. You are a big part of the problem. Like the consumer doing all the little purchases here and there, yeah, they're a symptom of the problem and they don't help. But the people who openly advertise for these counterfeiters, these thieves, these freaking rats, take a look in the mirror. The counterfeit industry has for a long time been connected to funding human and drug trafficking that affects our borders. So it's not just the American economy. Like it's a crying shame. It's an issue of morality. It's an issue of not supporting our economy, and you don't have to. Like you could do what you want as long as there's no one enforcing it. But it bothers me to a whole new level, and it's really difficult to talk about because it's really easy to stand on the other side and say that. But when you're talking to an audience of potential thousands, or even a few hundred, people take that the wrong way. Channels should not be advertising counterfeit products that hurt the economy, that support human and drug trafficking. They just shouldn't. It's wrong. And I'll never support that. All right, back to the regular programming. Experience Precision, what's up, man? He says counterfeits are coming out of the same Chinese factories you're buying your favorite Chinese knives from. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Listen, I am not going to argue that point at all. I won't. Let's say that the quality of the counterfeit is just as good. It's still awful for the same reasons I just mentioned. I will never support counterfeits ever. Period. End of story. And when I say that, I'm specifically talking about American-made counterfeits of American-made knives. I just won't. I can't. I refuse. Cicero, what's up, man? He says, I should have known that the gold coin I bought at Walgreens was counterfeit when the wrapper came off. Was it chocolate? Was it chocolate? Hand it over. Ian says, my remarks on Kirk have to stay in my mind, but I like rocks. I appreciate that, man. Cat Scratch has been a channel member for 4. It says new member on the screen, guys. I don't know why my comment banner thing is saying new member. Cat Scratch has been a channel member for 4 months. Thanks for riding with the channel, Cat Scratch. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Ed B has been a channel member for 21 months. Ed. And Paul Mills has been, why is my comment banner just getting it wrong? It says Paul Mills is a new member. That's not right either. Paul Mills has been a channel member for 14 months. Oh, yeah. Paul, you filthy animal. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the freaking support. The chat is jumping all over the place. I'm scrolling up right now to make sure I didn't miss anything. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. All right. All right. All right. I don't think I missed anything. I'm gonna make it more. I'm gonna go down closer to the bottom. Hold on. I'm gonna miss a lot of chats for this. I'm sorry. Holy cannoli! Experience Precision. Experience Precision with the 5 gifted memberships.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And congrats to the new and or returning Spartans. We got Henry G, Fred the Lug, Ryan, Bladefulness, Christopher Hinckley. Congrats, guys. Welcome in. TC Blades with the 5 gifted memberships. Oh, TC, thank you, man. Thank you. Congrats to Daniel M, Tomcat83, Slaughteroo, the Rev 20, and of course, my man, A Wicked Dream Designs. Guys, thank you. Thank you. And welcome in. If you're a new channel member, if you just got one of those shiny new gifted memberships, so graciously given, if you're not part of the Only Spartans Discord, consider joining the Only Spartans Discord. It's where we do pocket checks. We're going to get to the Only Spartans Discord here in a second. Absolutely. But if you want to join a community and not just interact in the live streams, that's the place to do it. Other channels are also on Discord. Mine is on there as well. You can find it by going to the post section of my YouTube channel, and channel members can see members only posts, one of which includes an invite link. Consider it. Shout out to Ian Coates. 13 months, Ian. You made it. You made it, bud. He says, I made it to 2 years. 13 months, 2 years. Close enough for government work. Thanks. Thank you so much, man, for riding with the channel. Ian Coates. He's a pillar of the community. If you don't know, you haven't been around long enough. Welcome into Carlos. What's up, man? TC says, hey, man, you and your content deserve it. Thank you. Thank you, brother. I definitely appreciate that. Bob Tism says, oh, no, that's one of those non-negotiables for sellers now, Ian. Didn't you hear? What are we talking about? I entered the conversation late. David V with the $7 super, the 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven. David V, thanks, man. Thank you so much. Showing off some of those nice channel member emojis. If you like those emojis, gosh, I need to do some new emojis. Why not? Yeah. All right, guys. You know what? It's high time. It's high time we go over to the Only Spartans Discord. All right, I gotta scroll up over here, and then I'll switch the screen share over. All right. So we're gonna go to the Only Spartans Discord. If you're part of the Only Spartans Discord, get in there. Post a picture of your pocket check. It doesn't have to be the most amazing photo ever. My pocket check pictures sure as hell aren't. Just post a picture of your pocket check. And if you're not in there, and you want to share your pocket check, let us know in the chat. What was in your pocket today? Let's go ahead and see what the Spartans were carrying in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. I'm going to start us off today. This was my carry. Again, not a professional photo. It's not a professional photo. Axial Alpine V2. I got the billet spin soul pen. And then, of course, Oz Rosie. We already went over this. That was my carry. What was in your pocket? Let's see. Nick T, he's got the Riot VK Anub with the copper stonewashing DLC. Very nice. Yeah, that's a good looking knife. For Warning Wednesday, can we count that as a warning? It's got a little bit of curve there at the end. We'll count it. We'll count it. Yo, what's up, John Blackman? Good to see you, man. Experience Precision says, I'm loving how U.S. companies are making small fixies with pocket sheets. Yeah, did you guys see that my man Transparent Knives, Brian over at Transparent Knives, he's releasing a small EDC fixed blade. I'm excited about that one. Really excited about that one. That one is going to be sweet. All right, back to the pocket checks. Jim Miller, he's got the Orion Knives Cetus. Love that knife. He's got that's the Petrified Fish Pat or Pate. And then the Brass Brigade J-Cal, Warncliffe. Did I get it right? Jim always helps me out. Did I get it right this time, Jim? Holy cannoli, I got it right. I got it right. It only took like multiple years, Jim. Jim's pretty solid on his carries. I should be able to recognize his carries by now. You'd think. Me and my ADHD. Let's go. Craig Vincent, he's got the Cold Steel Espada. Damn. It's been a minute since I've seen a Cold Steel Espada. That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh my goodness. Ian Coates with the $5 super. He says new emojis. Here's $5 to help fund the 2025 sticker pack. That's something we haven't talked about, guys. I haven't done a 2025 sticker pack. I did one back in October 2024. It's September 2025. It's about time we do another sticker pack. Will we do one? Did you guys enjoy the first one? Do you want another one? I would love to do that, actually. It's a lot easier to do than patches. Even though people are adamant. People bug me for the patches, and I suck at figuring out the patches. I actually did look at a couple quotes for patches the other day. And I was like, these are more expensive than stickers. And here's the thing, guys. I don't really use patches. Like, I got patches freaking coming out of my ears. They literally, I don't use them on anything. I don't have a whole lot of loop that I can attach patches to. But stickers, I put stickers freaking everywhere. Everywhere. Ian, thank you so much for the $5 super, my man. Definitely appreciate it. Sticker packs, yeah, we're going to make it happen. Absolutely. Ed B says, hats with the I Like Rocks on the back. You want it on the back and not on the front? Fourth Wall, a merch company, reached out to me. I might have to get back to them. So I do want to do some merch. Merch would be fun. Tom Cook says, what's the table price for SPK Lamia? It depends on the Lamia, but they should be somewhere around $800, give or take, depending upon which variant you're getting. The one that I have in the picture, the one I had in the waiting screen is this guy. This is the Gen 4 with Van X contour titanium handle scales, nature grip pattern. Alex Steingraber is not doing the nature grip no mo. He said no mo nature grip. Now he's doing one called like the XJPNF. I don't know. I freaking hate it when they do multiple letters and numbers. I don't need an acronym. Just give it a freaking name. He's doing a new one. It's kind of like a knurling pattern on the contoured. I don't know what that one table price is. I'm not part of that Discord. I have a Lamia. I like it. This one needs a new edge too. Like, the edge on here is still sharp enough to shave somewhat, but I need to put a new edge on here. Thinking 16 and a half, maybe 17 degrees because it's already so thin. We'll work on that. Oh my goodness, John Tagamori with the $4.99. He says, all right, sticker pack funds it is. It's not October, guys. It's too early. It's too early. First of all, I got to work on the sticker designs. I've got some thoughts in my head. Should be pretty fun. There's a lot of different sticker types out there that are pretty fun. Working on it. I'm working on it. We'll get some new designs. Maybe I'll show some teasers to the Only Spartans Discord. How about that? Ian says, speaking of Lamias, I've been wanting a Bober 5th element since Cole put out his video. I haven't seen it. I have to check that out. Anyways, John, thanks again for the $4.99. Thank you. The Pond says, we need uninspired holes in the hat. Like vents. I don't know, man. I could probably do like a trucker style hat like this. I like the trucker style hats where it's cloth in the front, vented in the back. It helps keep it as cool as it can be. I sweat easily. I need that. All right, guys, back to the pocket checks. Guys, you guys are friggin' awesome. Cold Steel Espada. He's got the Cold Steel 8010. He's got the wait. Artisan Cutlery. Which one is that? It's not the Seder. Which one is that? Is that Artisan Cutlery? Or does it just say Artisan on there? I don't know. It's got the Black Talon 2. And which one is this? Is that a Rosecraft? On the more classical knives, guys, I'm gonna fail each and every time. That is a hell of a lot of knife to carry, though, in just the Espada. Freaking awesome. Thanks for sharing. Top Dog, he's coming in with some hardcore 15V. Look at that. He's got the Big Brown Bear 15V Manix 2 lightweight. Solid carry. Shout out to Top Dog. Dazed, he's got the Gecko Customs Pictus and, a really nice Prince Customs Protean Warning. That's the honeycomb. Is that some custom anno work? Looks good, man. Vavelsky, he's got a civivi, which I've seen before and I've heard the name, but I'm gonna forget it. This one here in the middle, I'm blank. Vavelsky, you gotta help me out, dude. It's been a long week. This is funny because he's like, Well, you might not be able to recognize the name of the knife, but what about the name of the dog? Because everyone that knows Keennison knows that Keennison names their models after dogs. Is that a bull terrier? Is that what that's called? Like, the first thought in my head was, is that the Target dog? Did you carry the Target dog today? Was that right? Keennison Bull Terrier? Was that right? I was right. Okay. Confirmed. I had to check it, but I was confirmed. David V with the $5 super. He says, I don't like stickers or patches. Shout out to Ian, my guy. Ian with the 7-Eleven. Man, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. He says, what David means is he totally wants stickers. Totally wants stickers. Look, guys. I'm going to do another sticker pack. Now, I ran into some issues with the last sticker pack. I ran into issues where I sent them out. I mailed them out in these nice, cool little envelopes. For those of you who were around last year, maybe you got in on those. And it was cool. Like, I had all the stickers like packed in, and one of the stickers was a certificate of authenticity that I printed myself on my thermal printer. Some people did not, in fact, get the one that I mailed, which sucks. I had some extras that I made, and so like that was a little bit nerve-wracking because I was like, did I make enough extras? I always anticipate issues with the U.S. Postal Service. Always. Freaking always. I do not rely on the U.S. Postal Service. So this year, like, is there a way to make it more reliable? I hope so. Ian says, I got my sticker pack. Then, like, the next day I totaled my car. Maybe I... Oh, I remember that, dude. That was awful. It wasn't the sticker pack's fault. I refuse any liability for that. Paul Mills says, I love that blade shape and grind. Oh, it's gorgeous. I like that deployment hole is oversized, and I like it. I like the handle scales. The blade to handle scale ratio is not what I would consider to be the greatest. It might have just a lot to do with the way that the blade is shaped itself, but the handle scales look far longer than the blade. I'm okay with that. That's going to annoy some people. These sold out so damn quickly when they were released. Wouldn't mind owning one. Definitely wouldn't mind owning one. Bob Tisman, he's got the Kubi Pioneer in DLC, says he's been carrying this constantly, so don't want to throw any shade for posting Save Queens. As you should carry a Kubi knife or a KV knife. They have an amazing heat treat. You never really understand how good a knife is until you carry it and you put it to the test. Like, people will faint. I'm like, yeah, I carried a Nas Rosie today. And they're like, clutching their pearls. Like, no. Carry one of these, and you'll understand why I love carrying it. Amazing cutting geometry. I can cut swirlies. In cardboard with this. It's really, really entertaining. Let's see. Ed's got 2 QSP penguins. Very nice. He's got one with the jigged titanium and another one with the red shredded carbon fiber. Yeah, I like it. Solid photo too. See, like that's an awesome photo. Way better quality than my photo. Let's go Belden. That's a Craig Brown mini FSD, right? That's the mini FSD. I think so. Mini FSD? I think so. With the inlay. What kind of inlay is that? It's a crazy inlay. Big Jim, he's got the one-track mind ire. Also a nice solid shot. Beautiful blade, that one-track mind ire. Matt D, he says new Knife Day Space Monkey Orion 2.0 Maverick Customs FU pen, bandana from Fieldwork Brewing, and a trusty Zippo. All right, so I've heard about the Space Monkeys, but I've never actually tried one. I don't understand what the hype with the Space Monkeys is. I don't know. Apparently you have to order them from like AliExpress and getting them is one of those things that is not necessarily guaranteed. I don't know. I will wait for your opinion on this, Matt. What do you think of the Space Monkey? Solid photos, though. Very solid photos. I dig it. Drink water. He's got he's got the Stars and Stripes Sabenza and a Spyderco McBee. Very nice. Very nice. The Ponds with the Vosteed RS Chaos. Love it, man. RS Chaos. Although I still have a hard time not calling it the Vosteed Mayhem. They should have been allowed to keep the name. Grateful Dong is coming in with the Tucson TS 354. Very nice. Ian says Matt D got that Jurassic Park carry. Life finds a way. Welcome into Stone Hands. He says, what knife is that? Which one? Which one? I am behind on the chat, so I'm not necessarily sure which one you're referring to. Are we talking about this guy? This is a knife called the Space Monkey. I've heard of them. I know nothing about them. I don't know if this is the one you're referring to, or maybe was it this one, the One Track Mind Ire? Super cool. I'm not sure. Not sure. Roman says, love FSD. I've never handled one. It's on my hit list. If I get the chance, I will. Absolutely. Bobtism says, where the hell did that Cortex XL inlay come from? Did Craig do that? Oh, you mean the FSD inlay? This is not a Cortex XL on this guy. This is an FSD model. I have no freaking clue what that inlay even is. Like, is that some sort of Damascus, Timascus, carbon fiber mascus? I don't know, but it's freaking cool. Like, I whine and complain about the pricing on Oz Rosies for a number of different reasons. We're not going to hop back into that. But you know what knife maker I've never complained about the prices on? Craig Brown's knives are head and shoulders some of the most awesome knives that I've ever held. Like my Cortex XL, I love this knife to pieces. And wait, where did it go? There it is. I've got my Grail drawer right here. Cortex XL, easily one of my favorite knives of all time, period. Love this knife. There's something about the design, about the accuracy and milling, the insanely deep hollow grind, the pocket clip design, the way that it melds in. Everything about this feels intentional, and it doesn't, like, I've seen the counterfeits for the Cortex XL, and you can tell. You can easily tell. Like, a lot of this knife is done by hand. Yes, it's a knife that's made on a CNC, but a lot of it is actually, a lot of the finish work, the hollow grind is done by hand, and that's impressive when you look at how deep this hollow grind is. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that, yes, I complain about pricing on something like an Oz Rosie. Worth the price? Yeah, no complaints here. No complaints here. Counterfeiters are not able to replicate this as closely as they are something like this. I need more Brown knives. I need an FSD. I need a Cortex. Might need a mini Cortex. We'll see. We'll see. Mick Ranger, channel member Spartan for 10 months. He says, sheesh. That flew by. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Mick. Thank you for all the support, brother. Thank you for riding with the channel for the last 10 months. And before then, because I know you were here before then, too. Bobtism says, just scored a Cortex XL pre-order. So excited for delivery. Got the Tesseract handle milling. Ooh, congrats, man. The Tesseract handle milling is sweet. Freaking sweet. Shout out to my man, Bradford Mitchell. Thanks for the $2 super, man. He says, it is a copper Damascus inlay. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen a copper Damascus inlay, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm just apparently plebeian in my, expertise or lack thereof. There we go. It looks really unique and it looks really cool. And you're not going to see counterfeiters doing this. That's for shit sure. All right, let's get in some more pocket checks. The Bonds, one of my favorite knives, Vosteed RS Chaos, Grateful Dong with the Tucson TS 354. I dig it. JT, this one on the left. What is it? What is it? I'm not going to tear myself up about it. The one on the right is a paramilitary 2 with what I'm assuming is an REK reblade, right? REK reblade on that? Gosh, those are so nice. Just the reblades are usually like $600 just for the blades. And then you throw in some titanium scales like this and a titanium pocket clip. Those get spendy. Love the Rec reblades though. Love them. Bradford Mitchell, thank you again for the $2 super. All right, guys. I'm trying to do both. I'm trying to do the pocket checks. Trying to keep up with the chat. Usually I just get lost in the pocket checks. Terrier. Okay. It's the Terrier. Dale Lane, what's up, man? He says, I don't see Rosies as a value prop compared to Browns. Look, I love them both. I'm glad I have them both. I really do. Love the Rosie. I would love it more if they got the pricing right and they made them more available. I really would. Matt D, I knew I'd see you in there when I saw your pocket check. What's up, man? All right. Aaron D2 says, is that a Rec reblade? I could swear that's a Rec reblade, dude. It's gotta be. Absolutely has to be. 100%. Who else would do that reblade? JT, let us know. Bestech Taipan. Thank you, David V. I knew somebody would help me out. I needed that help. Bestech Taipan. Did I say hi to Paul Mills? What's up, Paul? Tom Cook in the house. I know I didn't say hi to Tom. Good to see you, man. Jay Course, get in. Jay.
This is Sparta!
What's up, man? Good to see you. Aaron D2 says those reblades are sick. Rec reblades are absolutely gorgeous. You will spend so much. Honestly, I might talk to Transparent Knives, see if he'd be willing to do a reblade for a paramilitary 2. How sick would that be? I know he's focusing on his fixed blades right now. Maybe we should get Transparent Knives back on a live stream. What do you guys think about that? Tom Cook says, I did go with the Mini. I have the XL. Without handling the Mini, I would go with the XL, I think, between the two. I mean, I have the XL. This format right here, gosh, my screen's so tiny. This format right here with the fuller is so perfect in my opinion. Like, I like a knife with some good thumb studs. I so very much prefer doing a reverse flick off of a fuller than a thumb stud, though. My personal opinion, just my personal opinion. The fuller flick instead of a thumb stud flick, gosh, that's my preference. And also the size of this, like, yes, this is an XL, but like, it's not so massive, right? I don't feel like this is a two-hand. It's not a two-hander. It's called the XL because the regular Cortex was small, which is why I laughed so hard when Brown came out with the Cortex Mini. Because I'm like, well, you could have just called it the regular Cortex. Neil McKenzie, what's up, man? Jesse says oatmeal raisin cookie time. No. I am not a raisin guy. Raisins need to be anywhere other than cookies. No raisins. Say no to raisins. Experience says reblades are titties. I still need to get one. I would love to see Transparent Knives do a paramilitary 2 reblade, personally. Like, he's talented. No matter what you think of the guy, no matter what your opinions are on his stance in social media, you got to give Brian at Transparent Knives his due. Like, the man is talented. I'm really excited for his fixed blade drop. I'm going to try to get my hands on one. Cicero says that taipan is a sultry piece of furniture. I like it, man. It is cool. Warning Wednesday in the house. Full effect. Cicero, he's got... Ooh. I reviewed this knife. I should know what this is. Damn it. I reviewed this knife. It's really cool. It's made by AZ USA. Why am I blanking? I did the review like a year and a half ago, okay? I know what this is. It's a really good knife is what it is. Midgards did the OEM work. I'm just going to scroll on in shame. Cicero, I'm sorry. I'm blanking on that. I know what it is. I reviewed that knife. That's bothering me. Fred the Lug's got the Concept Odd 21 and the Wee Tyro. The Wee Tyro, that's another one that they use the Sneck Super Lock on. Very cool. Odd 21, awesome knife. Love it, man. Look at that. I love both the open and the closed silhouette of the Odd 21. Like Tough Knives is the designer behind that. It's based off of his custom. And I don't care whether you like, speed holes or not. Like the Odd 21 has a beautiful silhouette, both open and closed. And that's not something that every knife can say. Some knives look better open, some knives look better closed. The Odd 21 looks great both ways. Carlos has got the Heretic Miami. Ooh, with the cell shading. That's cool. The Pariah Miami Vice. Love that Tonto. Yeah, those are cool. Cell shading is so cool. It's not for everybody, but it's cool. Ooh, we got a Strand. That's the Strand, the large Strand, or is that the Strand XL? Quiet carry the Strand. The Strand large? One of those two. Is it the Strand XL? It's this one. The Strand large. Okay. This might be one of only a few quiet carry knives that actually has a hollow grind. Yeah, I think so. How do you like it, man? Do you like it? Like, is this one that you enjoy carrying? I've been curious about this knife. I'm a huge fan of the quiet carry knurling. I love the way they chamfer their edges. The quality from quiet carry is outstanding. For what you pay, like, yes, you do pay for it, but their quality is superb. It's made in Taiwan. Love it, man. I might have to get my hands on a Strand large. Reckless Precision. He's got the tactile Red Hawk and the Olight Baton Turbo. Ooh, got a little bestech EDC action going on there. Would I give Taylor Martin's knife a shot? Sure. Again, I'm not a fixed blade guy. Knives like the Axial Alpine V2 make me question that. I mean, I would probably put some pulled out loops on it, but that's just me. Very nice. Help with gadgets. He's got a TRM Bulldog. He's got an Ozark Grail, the Ozark Grail in the house, and then a knife from Katsu, which I do not recognize. That is crazy. Yeah, I don't recognize the Katsu up top. Very nice though. TRM Bulldog, that's the Rev B Bulldog too. That's the second revision. I still need to get one, but I want one with the titanium lizard skin scales. Ooh. ADHD in full effect. Let's go see if TRM has any titanium Rev B Bulldogs. Did they update their site? What? Did Three Rivers update their site, or is this the wrong site? What? No way. They did. Somebody got fired in marketing, and they finally hired someone that knew what they were doing. I'm sorry, TRM, if you're watching. I'm sorry. We've been waiting for updates like this for forever. The old website was spent. It was over. It was done. The new website, they did a really good job on this. Wow, I'm impressed. Like, legitimately, I'm impressed. TRM Bulldog Rev B in titanium. This is the one, guys. This is the one. Like, you look at a knife like this and you're like, contour titanium milling, like multiple revisions on the blade. Of course, sold out. Sold out. And I know you might be looking at this going, dude, like, of course it's sold out. It's really cool. They're never in stock. That's not true. They are in stock. Get on Instagram, follow them on Instagram. They give people plenty of notice. And then once they're in stock, they let people know. And they're generally in stock long enough for you to get one if you want one. This one's on my hit list for this year. I need to find a way to make this happen. It's on my hit list. It did not line up when they were available. They offered a kind of a pre-order kind of situation. Like it was a month out. TRM's easy to trust. And it just didn't line up. Still want one though. Anyways, Dale Lane. What's up, Dale Lane? He's got the Shark Cub Stealth. Demco Shark Cub Stealth. That's the slicer, right? Yeah. And then what looks like a Marfione. That's a Shadow? Is that a Shadow edition? Is that where they don't put any of the billboarding on the blade? Looks good, man. Tonto. Ultratech. Very nice. Very nice. I like it. Ooh, Kevin Smith. He's got the Kubi. Wait. It's not a Kubi, right? That's Concept. I always get this wrong. Casey, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I get all of the weather names mixed up. They all sound the same to me. It's not the Tempest Downdraft because this is a concept knife, right? It's a concept knife designed by Casey from Knives Fast. Maybe it's time to just hang it up and go flip burgers. Every week, you guys have to bail me out on this one, and every week I forget. Shout it out in the chat. You guys know what it is. Wicked Dreams coming in hot with, that's the Arcane Designs. I've seen this one before. It's not a newer model, though. It's not a newer model. It's not the Crypt, right? I don't think it's the Crypt. But let's just focus on how gorgeous that mirror polish is. Wicked Dreams does these mods himself. He does a really good job. Like, that is a deep mirror finish. Love it. Love it, man. All right, guys. Shout out to the Spartans for all the pocket checks. Sorry to the people whose knives I didn't identify. Believe it or not, sometimes like you just forget stuff. When you look at a ton of knives every single day, sometimes you just forget stuff. But I appreciate all of the carry shares as well. Dale Lane says, I've seen transparent reblades on a PM2. Really? Really? When? I swear I haven't seen one. B Shady, what's up, B? Good to see you, man. John Tagamori says, cheat sheet. Probably. I feel bad. I know what they are. They've been told to me many times. I haven't handled them, okay? I haven't handled them. I've only handled a few Tempest knives. Wicked Dream says, honestly, if I could afford it, I'd love to give everyone knives. It's the Thunderhead. Every week. Every freaking week. I forget it. Thank you, TC. Doing the Lord's work out here. Jeez. All right. I'm going to make sure. I'm not missing stuff. Hold on. All right. TC Blade says, y'all tell Tommy, help with gadgets. Happy birthday, help with gadgets. There we go. Happy birthday. Happy friggin' birthday. Am I going to sing you happy birthday on the live stream? No. I'll spare the chat. Happy birthday, man. Hope your birthday's been going great. All right, guys. So that was the pocket check. Something I was looking at earlier. We were talking about Rick Hinderer's pricing. Hinderer does G10 and titanium 425, right? But have you heard of Millet Knives? This is the Millet Overland. Millet Knives is a U.S. company. For those who don't know, they do stuff like they make knives, of course. They also do like aftermarket clips for Chris Reeve knives, so on and so forth. They're in my city. I'm in the same city as Millet Knives. So just like with Hinderer knives, we've got G10 on the show side, titanium on the lock side, titanium pocket clip, S35 VN, which I'm not mad about because look at that price tag. That's a titanium frame lock with a G10 show side for $255. I feel like I have to check it out. I might have to go in. Like, do they have a storefront or do they just have a shop here? I'm not entirely sure. But they're in my city. Like, they call this the Overland because they're on Overland Road in my city. I am not far from Overland Road at all. I'm also not far from Chris Reeve Knives. I might have to walk into their shop. If they have a storefront, I might have to pick one of these up in their storefront. Because I actually kind of like the look of that. Like, this is, in Chris Reeve terms, they'd call that an Insingo. Everybody else would just call it a sheep's foot. But I'm intrigued. 255 titanium frame lock, S35 VN, American made. 255. That's a pretty damn good value. Would I prefer full titanium? Sure. I think that pocket clip is titanium, isn't it? Explore all Millet Knives. And they got different variants. They got the Coyote Tan. Honestly, that would be the one I would go with. $255. They've got the blacked out for like $20 more. Okay. You pay $20 more for the Cerakote. I don't know, guys. I'd go for the Coyote Tan. That Coyote Tan is calling my name. I really like the look of that. And the price tag is insane. Like, I don't know how they do this. I really don't. Like, to make a knife in the United States that has titanium anywhere, you pay $100 just to wake up in the morning. All right. Let's look at their website. Millet Knives. Excuse me, not Boise. They're in Nampa. Same area. All right. The Torrent Light. CPM S90V. What? Look at this. This is kind of cool. S90V. Gray stone washed, Zer blasted, silver backspacer, clip, polished hardware. Please allow 10 to 15 days to assemble your configuration and ship. That's not bad. That's not a bad weight. So let's say I want to do Zer blast in silver. Let's say I want to do Zer blast in silver. Gosh, that's cool. That is super cool. What is that, $400? I mean, it doesn't matter. They're all out of stock anyways, but I digress. Out of stock. Torrent inlay. Millet Knives. We're going to have to give them a shot. Absolutely. The Attleboro knife. All right. I'm not getting into fixed blades. I'm going to check out one of these. One of these is going to make its way on the channel at some point. That's an outstanding value. I don't care who you are. Yeah. Transparent Knives in the house. Brian, we were just talking about you.
This is Sparta!
He says they offer some ridiculous rates for blanking, so they must be very efficient. Blanking as in water jet heat treat, and then clean up the outer profile, and then surface grind. Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, I don't have any experience with millet knives at all. I know they do some like aftermarket Chris Reeve pocket clip type stuff. I know they have a couple knife models. Apparently they have OEM services. I'm not entirely sure who they've done OEM work for, but I know that they have them, which is really interesting. I really want to try an Overland because $255 for an American-made titanium frame lock, like, seems pretty good. Just got to try it out. Transparent Knives. Guys, if you didn't know, Brian over at Transparent Knives is releasing a fixed blade very soon. He's going to have a limited amount on his website. If I could get a channel mod, if I still have any channel mods in the house, could you do me a favor? Could you go ahead and do a link to Transparent Knives website? We'll go there right now. But as far as my information is, you're going to be able to go to the Transparent Knives website. Is it transparentknives.com? Holy schmoly, it is. And you should be able to get these in the store when they release. So they should be right here when they release. Follow on Instagram for more information. I'm waiting so patiently. But yeah, if you didn't know, he sells a bunch of his stuff on his website. That's really cool. I'm waiting for that fixed blade. Getting excited, and I don't normally get excited over fixed blades, okay? But I've been getting in the mood lately. Been carrying this guy. Been doing some cut testing with this guy. Just put a new edge on this one too. Mule Team and Magnamax. It's a good time, man. It's a good time. So this is the guppy. Let's hold on. I'll do you one better. We're gonna go to Instagram. All right. Boom. This is what I'm talking about. The doodle. The freaking doodle. This looks gorgeous. Who does hollow ground swedges? It's so awesome. A hollow ground swedge? I love it, man. Look at that. The doodle looks great. I'm really enjoying the... I can see that those handles are going to be super comfy. Hollow ground blade. I'm really looking forward to this. If you're not following Transparent Knives on Instagram, go ahead and do that. And then respond to this post. What materials would you like to see on there? Me, personally, look, I'm a slut for camo carbon fiber. I'll just say that, okay? I love some camo carbon fiber. Unicorn puke camo carbon fiber. I'm there. I am shameless. I would also love to see like a techno carbo. Techno carbo would be cool. Of course, titanium is never a bad choice, although it would probably bump the price significantly, I'm guessing. But I love that. Love the finish, love the grind, love the fact that it's a hollow, love the fact that you know this knife is going to come with a nice heat treat. I'm going to have to get one of these. Guys, if you're not following Transparent Knives, go follow Transparent Knives. All right. Big Jim says, Brian does sick hollow regrinds and reblades. Yeah. Still need to get me one of those. Hey, Ian said, fine, Ed can link him. I'm too lazy. Thank you, Ed. Appreciate it, man. Let's see. Will it let me? Won't let me pin it on my end. You know what? We'll fix that. Hold on. Come on, phone. All right. Boom. There we are. There we go. All right, guys. Transparent Knives website. Follow on Instagram to learn more about the Doodle release. Transparent Knives new fixed blade. Really excited about that one. Big Jim says channel knife mod. Channel knife mod. Bob Tism says those Overlands are all very popular fixed models that sold out. Those are folder versions. That's good to know. I did not know that. Oh, God, I want to sneeze. I'm holding it together by a thread. Frankie Cheech, what's up, man? He says, did anyone get their hands on the PM2 DLC MagnaCut that's on that restock? If you're in the market, some retailers might still have them. Is that the one where they have the Crucible logo on them? It's like one of the last runs of MagnaCut from Crucible. Is that what we're referring to? Crucible exclusive PM2. Itchy nose. It's not this one. The one I'm thinking of was red. Had like red G10 handles. The new handle pattern from Spyderco. MagnaCut. It's this one. It's this one. This is the one you're talking about, right? Crucible Industries. It's got their logo right there. Rest in peace to Crucible. Yes. Era still makes their steels overseas. It says coming soon. Have they even released yet? I don't think they have. Have they? Did they? I don't know. Ian says, guy doesn't need a link. Everyone knows who he is. You hear that, Brian? You are a victim of your own success, sir. We'll pin it anyways. Ian says, Fat Carbon has so many stupid names. I mean, Fat Carbon and Camo Carbon are two different products. I mean, they're both composite carbon fiber, but Fat Carbon is made in like a European country. I want to say it's not Ukraine. It's one of the like Eastern European countries. Camo Carbon fiber, on the other hand, is made in the United States, and they are different. And the difference between composite carbon fibers can make a huge difference in how strong they are. If you're interested in what your knife is capable of, like it's why people care about things like edge retention, right? Is even if they never cut with it, they still want to know if they can, put this through 1,000 feet of cardboard, even if they're never going to do that. It's because we're all interested. Like a lot of people are interested in the capabilities. Same thing with carbon fiber. Composite carbon fiber is not just crazy colors, mixed in. Did you know that composite carbon fiber is some of the strongest material in the world? Like, not just in strength to weight ratio, which is what most people think about, but also in things like specific strength and shear strength. I did a lot of research on this when I was considering doing a Steel Snobs episode on the different types of handle scale materials and their benefits. And what I found is that titanium is, like, as far as handle scale material is concerned, titanium is great, but it does not touch the value and benefit of composite carbon fiber. It's not even close. Plus, camo carbon fiber is made in the United States. Just saying. Ian says, if Cole was here, would his link get pinned? I feel not. Cole doesn't come to my live streams. It's irrelevant. Brian says there's some exciting stuff in the works. We'll have some new small batch American CNC makers very soon. Not just talking about me. Lots of people taking the plunge. That's what I'm talking about. I'm excited about that. That is exciting news. It's good to see. It's good to see American makers stepping up. Love it, man. All right. B Shady says, anyone snagging scales and pivot for the Guile on Friday? Damn, that purple haze and tie scale look freaking rad. I'm not sure what we're talking about. I'm not in the loop on that one. Ryan Johnson, what's up, man? He says, I need that Sonora regrind swedge. Ooh. How cool would that be to see an official run of Transparent Knives exclusive Sonora regrinds? I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. Aaron D2 says, too much billboarding. I mean, it's more than the typical Spyderco billboarding. In this case, it's an homage, right, to Crucible Industries, who supported steel for Spyderco for the longest. So it is kind of a thoughtful homage, but a lot of people don't like the billboarding. It's still less billboarding than we see on your average microtech. I don't hate it. All right. I don't know where I went. Says, a tribute to an era of innovation, the USA-made Paramilitary 2 was created to honor... This USA-made Paramilitary 2 was created to honor Crucible Industries and was originally available only to Crucible employees. That's cool. Now, for the first time and only time, this configuration will be available in extremely limited quantities. Purchase limits apply. The first feature of this elite knife is its blade, which is crafted from Crucible's own CPM MagnaCut. And that's important, guys. That's American-made MagnaCut. MagnaCut is no longer made in America because it's now owned by Aristeel. Aristeel is not making steel in the United States. That's very important. Yada, yada, yada. Conceived by Larry Thomas. Yeah, we get it. We know. It also features handsome black diamond-like carbon and showcases a laser-engraved Crucible Industries logo. That makes sense that before this was only available to Crucible Industries employees. Like, that is a cool tribute. Even if you don't like the billboarding, that's a cool tribute. I already have 2 Paramilitary 2s. Will I buy a third? Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. All right. Bobtism says, Cole doesn't go to any streams. I'm assuming he's pretty busy. He does this channel stuff full time. And to be fair, he has popped up in a few of my live streams. So there's that. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and call it right there. Guys, thank you so much for joining the live stream today. I am looking forward to getting more content out there, working on content as we speak. So expect more soon. Things like Magnamax cut testing coming soon. Things like, reviews that you might not expect on things like the new twist and turn from GeoKnife, which you might be a little surprised at my take on that one. Or maybe not. We'll see. More stuff in the works, guys. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Thank you to everyone who donated, all the super chats, all the gifted memberships. Welcome to the new channel members. New content on the way. The next live stream will be Saturday, 8 p.m. Mountain, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. Central, which is 7 p.m. Pacific. Have a great freaking rest of your week. For those of you in the Only Spartans Discord, I'll see you soon. And for everybody else, have a great week. We'll see you later.